What's up guys, Phoenix here. This video is going to be another Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Duel video, and this time it is going to be some Gadgets versus Blue Eyes games. Now, people wanted me to try this deck again, since, apparently my stigma was I kept losing to Monarchs, and now Monarchs are basically non-existent. So, they were just kind of like poking fun at me. It's like, yo, why don't you try this deck again? You can't lose the Monarchs anymore, LOL JK, maybe, maybe not. But ultimately, I decided I just wanted to kind of just casually test the deck again, so didn't really take it too seriously. There are some other variants of the deck that I might test in the future, most notably like Metal Foes gadgets, because the Metal Foes monsters can pop gold and silver gadget, thus allowing you to float into more gadget cards, and then these can be pendulum summoned as well. So there is that as a potential viable option, maybe, but I didn't really take this too seriously. It's just some casual testing with me and my friends, so expect some misplays because we're bound to make some. But overall, let's just get out of this little part of the video and jump into the first game, shall we? I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Alright, so like I said, this is just some casual playtesting between me and my friend. I decided to save the replays just in case they ended up being like semi-entertaining enough to actually make a video out of, and so these seem entertaining enough to me to warrant video material, so I figured why not. He's not overly familiar with the Blue Eyes deck, so that is going to, cause some minor misplays later on down the road, but that is the reason we're doing this casual playtesting. I wanted to play the Gadget deck because people were asking for it, as well as he wanted to get a little bit more well-versed with the Blue Eyes deck because he's literally like only played the deck like once or twice. And that was when the cards were like first announced. Like, he's not overly familiar with it at all. But anyway, so he goes first, and he's able to establish a Spirit Dragon and a Dragon Spirit of White for free out of his deck off of Ancient Whitestone. I'm able to go Gadget, double summon, Gadget. I know he has a Veiler in his hand because he searched it off Sage, and then I tried to make Utopia the Lightning because the card's really strong in this matchup, and try to attack into his board of, getting his Azure Eyes off the board. But he Veilers my Utopia the Lightning in the main phase. My instant fusion is dead, so I just set 4 and pass my turn. And so during his turn, he's capable of doing a lot of things, clearing a lot of my back row, basically clearing 3 cards off of Dragon Spirit of White, basically just going ham with it, and just attacking into my Utopia the Lightning just to clear some of the materials off of it so that I can't attack over his Blue Eye Spirit Dragon or Azure Eyes, because it only has 1 material under it at this point because I forgot to put Utopia Prime under it because I just didn't feel like it was necessary. However, I basically learned from this one instance that is always necessary. Go with all 4 materials because using it twice is such a huge asset. But anyway, so he's just able to establish a humongous board to do things that just make it to where I can't really play the game. He makes a Titanic Galaxy, and so I had a really cool play here if the Titanic Galaxy wasn't on the board, and that was to make Augusto Emerald, shuffle back my Norden and my 2 Utopias since I didn't overlay Prime, and I could instant fusion into Norden and then make Utopia Prime, and then be good. But he has Titanic Galaxy on the board, so I can't do anything about that. That's a problem. And so during his next turn, he basically thinks he has game, so he just doesn't drop the alternative. Although I don't think it would have been game with the alternative, or maybe it would have. Yes, it most definitely would have because of Dragon Spirit of White's effect. So he just doesn't do either of those. I guess he's just very comfortable in the position that he's in. But so I'm able to float into gold and silver gadget and do all these different things and actually keep a board presence up. And it didn't really matter that he left me the monster because I ended up drawing silver gadget anyway. So I draw silver gadget, I play it, I go into my rank 4, which is Utopia, and I go Utopia Prime, and I basically Exiton his board. Now, unfortunately, the Titanic Galaxy was still on the board, so I couldn't activate my instant fusion before I did that play. And so that ultimately just makes it to where even though I'm able to clear his board, I go to 10 life, and I cannot win the game because he's just too high and has too much advantage over me. But anyway, next game, he has an absolutely awful hand, a 100% bricky hand, and I've got 4 traps that are all pretty damn decent. One of them's called the Haunted, and I have 2 gadgets, so I've definitely got a string of plays moving. So he just sets a card, passes his turn, I summon my gadget, search, set 4. I'm not attacking into it because I know it's probably a stone. I don't want him to get any effect off of it. Then during the next turn, I draw a silver gadget, summon it, get another gadget out of my hand, just start establishing a board, make a Dweller, use its effect and attack over the stone, which is what it ended up being, and then just doing a bunch of different things because of the fact that I have an Oasis play during my next turn as well. I'm able to go into Gear Gigant on my next turn after he just summons Master and just does nothing but add the stone back to his hand. His hand is literally unplayable for 3 turns, and that's very unfortunate, and I'm just able to kill him outright because of the fact that his deck just, bricked. And I think he's playing some variation of the Worlds list. Although I do know that he has implemented Pot of Desires into the deck, so there is that. So it might just be inspired off the Worlds list because of the Masters and all that sort of nonsense. But anyway, going into game 3, I win rock, paper, scissors, so I choose to go first. We're not playing any like match format. We're literally just doing random rock, paper, scissors games. And my hand has a ton of monsters in it, and a Call of the Haunted, which is essentially just another monster, so no trap cards. So I have to go Tinplate Goldfish into Gadget into Trap Tricks Rafflesia. And so I end up bottomlessing a alternative dragon out of my deck, and he summons a master, adding, you know, his white stone back that he just used to get a search for blue eyes, and all this sort of nonsense just happens. I go ahead and activate my Call of the Haunted for Green Gadget before he enters in phase, because he has an ancient white stone engrave, and gadgets are optional, they're win optional, so they will miss timing if I chain Call of the Haunted to his Dragon Spirit of White. So there is that. But anyway, I draw either a gold or silver gadget, one of the two. It doesn't really matter which, because it just allows me to summon another gadget. I make Utopia the Lightning with 4 materials on it, going Utopia, Prime, and Lightning. And then I attack over his tuner for a massive amount of damage for 4,700, because I feel like it's more likely for him to see another dragon if I'd killed Dragon Spirit of White than it would have been for him to see another tuner. But anyway, during his next turn, he tries to drop another alternative, and I use Rafflesia to time space it back into his deck. He goes Melody, discarding the blue eyes that he revealed, brings it back off Gospel, summons another tuner, and then makes Blue Eye Spirit Dragon, and then he has to suicide his blue eyes into my Utopia the Lightning, taking the damage because he doesn't want me to just immediately be able to attack over his Blue Eye Spirit Dragon next turn or his Azure, because Utopia the Lightning is most definitely just a clear cut out to those cards. But for my next turn, I'm capable of making another rank 4 to go with my Rafflesia. I use Castel just because I want something to be able to bait his Spirit Dragon into not going into Moonlight Rose. So I go Castel, try to spin his Spirit Dragon, he tags into his Azure Eyes, and then I overlay my Castel and my Trap Tricks Rafflesia into Utopic Future, and attack with Utopic Future, take his Azure Eyes, and then attack directly for game with Utopia the Lightning. Overall, I feel like these games were entertaining, at least. Maybe you guys disagree with me, but overall, I just felt like it was something cool to share, maybe. Who knows? Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below, as per usual. Other than that, as always, guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe to all the nonsense you usually do. Links are in the description of my Facebook links, background music playlist, and Twitch links if you want to check any of those out. That's what they're there for. They're resources for you to use. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you know some people that will like my content, definitely share it around. Try to encourage them to subscribe. If you want to help support the channel, helping me grow the subscriber base, and this method is honestly the best way to do so. But other than that, let me know what you guys think. As I've already said in the comments down below, thank you guys for watching, as usual, and as always, guys, take care.